Thank you. Let's see if I can get this one.
Is it? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm very happy to be here. I will talk about the Daemokjang, the inherited techniques of major carpentry Korea. It works? Or? Yeah. Actually, it is inscribed in, yes. Daemokjang refers to traditional Korean wooden structures and specifically to the woodworkers who employ the traditional carpentry techniques. There are two terminologies. Somok, or joiners, specialized in smaller scale woodwork, crafting elements like doors and windows, railings, sculpted pieces, and furnitures. Daemok, on the other hand, built the very foundation of a structure. The Daemokjang, a master carpenter, oversaw the entirety of woodworking and construction. He not only crafted the wooden elements of a building, but also directed the work of other artisans. In the 18th century, their title was changed to Pyeonsu and master carpenters, or to Pyeonsu. He supervised the construction of government buildings and Buddhist temples. As you can see here, Daemokjang was listed in National Intangible Cultural Heritage in 1982 in Korea and UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2010. Traditional Korean wooden architecture, with its emphasis on natural materials and sustainable practices, has been passed down through generations, guided by expertise of Daemokjang, skilled master carpenters. Daemokjang oversees every stage of constructing traditional wooden structures, from initial planning and design to the actual building process. They also supervise the work of subordinate carpenters, ensuring the project's success. Daemokjang are also responsible for the maintenance, repair, and reconstruction of Korea's historic wooden structures, ranging from traditional houses to grand palaces and temples. Daemokjang's wooden structure are characterized by their smooth, simple, and unadorned aesthetic, a distinctive features of traditional Korean architecture. Carpenters must design buildings considering size, sites, and function, while also selecting and shaping high-quality timber. They assemble the pieces using intricate joinery techniques, often called joints that withstand a millennium. The know-how of Daemokjang has been handed down from generation to generation and takes decades of education and field experience to master in restoring monumental buildings using traditional techniques. Building a traditional Korean wooden structure involved a meticulous process. It began with the preparation of timber, followed by careful planning and structural design. The wood was then shaped into beams and columns, forming the framework of the building. Walls were erected, roofs were tiled, and decorating elements, often painted with vibrant colors and cosmic designs, were added. Carpenters must not only learn the intricate art of connecting wooden beams, but also develop a deep understanding of various tools and their skillful use. This mastery is achieved through decades of apprenticeship and hands-on experience. A process known as 마름질 involves shaving the wood smooth and preparing it for precise cuts. First, the bark is removed, and then the Daemokjang draws lines on the smooth surface, marking the described shape. Following these lines, carpenters cut or plane the lumber to create the exact dimensions needed. Carpenters then carefully carve the wood according to these detailed drawings. Two types of columns. Min column features a gradual taper with a wider base and a narrow top. Beholin columns, on the other hand, have a distinctive shapes. The thickest point is located 1/3 of the way up from the base. The Daemokjang use a technique called 다림보기 to ensure the columns stand true. This involves making sure that the major and minor axes of the columns are perfectly aligned with the straight lines drawn on the foundation stones. To ensure a secure fit, any gaps between the foundation stones and the bottom of the columns are meticulously removed. This process known as 그랭이 뜨기 or 그랭이질. After 그랭이 뜨기 is completed, the columns are often chiseled at the base of further refine their fit with the foundation stones. The Daemokjang then carefully repositions the columns onto the foundation stones, ensuring they are firmly secured for the next stage of construction. Three different types of bracket system. The first, 주심포, refers to brackets with a decorative cluster directly placed on top of each column. The second, 다포, refers to many bracket system with decorative clusters placed on top of the horizontal members, and not only on top of each pillar, but also between the columns. The third, ik공, refers specifically to wing-shaped bracket arms placed on top of the columns. These brackets should connect the column and capital together. A capital is decorative element placed on top of the column. With the columns securely in place, carpenters begin the next phase of construction, placing the beams. These sturdy, long, and thick pieces of wood form the essential framework that supports the roof. The carpenters then connect the front columns with purlins and the back and front columns with beams. The beams connecting the front and back columns are typically larger to accommodate the wider span. After the columns are erected, the Daemokjang carefully interlocks the framework, beginning with header beam and corner brackets. The header beam connects each column, providing crucial support for the weight of the roof. Corner beam, because it's rare to find log to identical length, the Daemokjang uses corner beam to adjust the level of the beams. After placing the corner beams, Daemokjang installed ridge purlins across the main beams. This curve, known as 물매, which refers to the overall slopes of the roof, is not simply a decorative element, but a result of a carefully engineered structural arrangement of the rafters. The eaves of the traditional Korean roof are constructed with rafters, carefully selected for their natural curvature. Wrapped wood, graded by the degree of its bend, is ideal for creating the flowing curve of the eaves. Finally, the gable ends are added to the two sloping sides of the roof, completing the construction. Months of meticulous work and dedication culminates in a beautifully crafted structure. During the column erection ceremony, the Daemokjang, alongside the homeowner and carpenters, performs a ritual honoring Somokjang, the tutelary spirit of the building. There is a ceremony. This is a Sangyang ceremony. The Sangyang ceremony, which marks the completion of the column erection, involves the creation of a formal document known as Sangyangmun. In traditional Korean wooden structures, the Daemokjang, or master carpenter, masterfully incorporated curves into the eaves, creating a distinctive aesthetic. This curvature, achieved through the strategic use of the bent wood, is a testament to the Daemokjang's skill and experience. The rafters attached to the protruding corners of the eaves are known as unfolding fan-shaped rafters. These rafters form a radial pattern reminiscent of an open fan. Techniques known as 귀소슴, this subtle difference in height prevents the edge from appearing to drop, creating a more balanced and elegant visual effect. Apart from aesthetic considerations, these aspects of the architecture are fundamentally important for the stability of the buildings because they distribute the weight evenly. The Daemokjang, a master carpenter, learned these skills not from theory, but from hand-to-hand transmission. Now they play a significant role in transmitting the traditional techniques. Thank you for your attention. Actually, do you have any questions? Actually, maybe the lunchtime you will see one of the video clips more detailed about this presentation. No questions.
I think a lot of people are saving for discussion
Yeah.
after.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much.